What's up YouTube? Brandon Baldwin here with Gizmo Slip, and we're going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Nexus today. Along the left you can see the volume rocker is right there. As we rotate the phone around, you can go ahead and see that there's nothing along the top, which is surprising because typically the headphone jack is right there. On the right side you've got the power button, and that obviously turns the phone, brings the phone out of sleep and into sleep. It takes a long time actually pressing the power button to actually get the phone to turn on. So the 3.5 jack is along the bottom, which is actually the first time I've ever seen it on a smartphone. I'm sure it's happened before, but this is the first time for us. And then we've got the micro USB also along the bottom, where you can choose to sync it to your computer or charge it. Now, turning the screen on, you'll immediately notice that it's got a 720p deliciously high-resolution HD screen in a phone. Isn't that awesome? It's the same resolution as the HTC Resound, which is one of its competitors. It's a different actually quality screen, so you're going to get a little bit different colors out of the HTC Resound than you would the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. And if you like saturated colors, honestly, you'd probably like the Galaxy Nexus more than the HTC Resound, which is more of just like a clean, more balanced screen. The screen itself is 316 ppi, which is pixels per inch, which is more than what you get in a magazine resolution. It's more resolution than a nerd can want in life. Basically, you'll never need a higher resolution than 316 ppi. It's like anything over 300 is pretty much retina display quality, in my opinion. The specifications for this phone, it's got a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core TIO map processor, and it's actually very snappy. It makes the interface move very smooth 98% of the time. For instance, if you have a live wallpaper that is like animating the background hardcore, most of the live wallpapers seem to work smoothly, but one of them, like the bubbles one, actually caused the interface to get all stuttery and stuff. This is supposed to be the pinnacle of Android experience, and this, when it's stuttering and stuff, you think that's stuff from the past, and apparently it's not, though. You just have to avoid those live screen wallpapers and you're good to go for a smooth interface. The camera is pretty good. It's an 8 megapixel, though actual resolution is probably more equal to about a 3 megapixel digital handheld camera, because it's just not going to be as detailed because it's got such a tiny sensor in it. Now it's got an 8 megapixel camera in the back and a 2 megapixel camera in the front, which is pretty useful. It shoots at 1080p video. Now, one of the coolest features that you've got with the new camera with the ice cream sandwich is that you can do panoramic shots. You start the camera and shoot turning around, and it automatically maps the pictures together for you to make a huge wide-angle panoramic view, which is really awesome. And you can get some really cool pictures, for instance, maybe at a concert. If you're like sitting in front and just do a 360 turn, you've got like this crazy awesome, picture. Other things that are pretty cool, it's got a time-lapse video mode. Now, you can get that feature on these phones by buying apps, but it's nice to have them built in because, not very many of us are actually going to buy a camera app or a video app. It's great to have functionality like that built into the device. Now, as far as battery life is concerned, this is a 4G LTE phone, so you're going to be burning through that battery if you're running that 4G LTE. You're looking at 6 hours or less, depending on screen brightness, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth being on. Basically, you're going to kill your battery super fast if you got 4G LTE on and you're using it constantly with the phone on. Now, if you turn the 4G off and just run it off of Wi-Fi and 3G, you're going to be looking at probably almost a 2-day battery life if you're using it lightly. Now, if you're using it a lot, you're probably looking at a 1-day battery life with 4G off. But basically what I'd recommend doing is, for instance, if you go to work, just charge your phone while you're at work. On the way home, just charge it in the car, and you can probably run 4G LTE all the time, and you don't have to worry about your battery life. Now, it's nice having 4G LTE. It's not the end of the world using 3G. It's really up to you. It's a kind of a trade-off between battery life and speed performance. Performance-wise, we were able to get 33 download and 27 upload, which is obscene for a cell phone. Like, that is faster than you can get in your home typically for most places, and so it's really good. But again, it kills your battery life really fast, and typically you're not going to get that fast. You're looking at more 10 to 15 probably on average, depending on where you are. So 4G LTE, awesome. Some competitors to the Samsung Galaxy Nexus are the Droid Razr, HTC Resound. Those are all 4G LTE phones. How does this stack up? Well, this has got an ice cream sandwich. That's probably the #1 thing to consider when looking at any of these phones. But it's also got the 720p screen, AMOLED screen, which is delicious to look at and delicious to use. HTC Resound also has that. So if honestly I was looking at getting a 4G LTE phone, I would be looking at Samsung Galaxy Nexus or the HTC Resound. Those would be my two choices right now. The Samsung Galaxy Nexus obviously is really nice because it's got the TI-OMAP processor, but this one is it just feels right when you're using it in your hand. The build quality all just feels really good. So I definitely recommend that Samsung Galaxy Nexus without a doubt. It's slimmer than the Resound. It's actually got a bigger screen than Resound. Anyway, so moving on. Is the phone good? Yes, it is. Should you buy it if you have the money and you're looking to get a new phone right now? This is a good one. And you should definitely subscribe to us because we're awesome and we make lots of videos and we do it all for you guys. So definitely do that. Check out the Samsung Galaxy Nexus drop test right here. The HTC Resound drop test and the HTC Resound review right here. The iPhone 4 drop test can be had if you click right here. And there you go. That's kind of the set. Delicious. GizmoSlip.com. That was a lot better.
That was exceptionally better.